What would I do without your smart mouth? Drawing me in and you kicking me out. You got my head spinning, no kidding. I can't pin you down. What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm on your magical mystery ride, and I'm so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind, 'cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning, 'cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you.
What was one of your first memories of her, you know, when she was a young kid, that made you laugh?
My first memory of her was writing, and she was so enormously talented. She was such an amazing writer.
What were some of the funny things she did?
What if some of my You mean aside from the fact that you lost my phone in the forest?
How'd she do that?
Yeah, how did you do that? So you wanted to go like gallivanting through the forest, and he lost was my Columbia University. Yes, exactly, Columbia University phone, and I loved her dearly, and there was nothing she could have done that she could have done wrong. And so, to me, no matter what she did,
she would never stop being
there was nothing she could have done wrong. I'm so grateful, and I'm so gratified that the person she picked as her partner in life is somebody that I would have been so proud.
Good team.
So proud. And so gratified. Appreciate as my son, and I'm so eternally grateful for having someone like you be a part of my life.
Thank you.
And I hope she does as well, which I sincerely do think she does. And I hope both of you appreciate how fortunate and blessed you are that life has given you an opportunity to appreciate how important it is to be a part of each other's lives. She's an amazing person, Chris. Yeah. And so are you. And I could not, every time somebody asks me about how I feel about you, and I always say that you are the only person that I've ever come across that I sincerely feel could hold your own. And I don't say against her, because it's not against her, but could hold your own when it comes to her, because Arielle is such a freaking strong, I love it that, but she's such a freaking strong person. Arielle is a very, very special human being. And I think you know that probably more than most people. The most special person in the world. And I love her for it. I appreciate her for it. she means the world plus 1,000-fold to me. What? And I hope that in the process of you getting to know her, as difficult as that may be sometimes, I sincerely hope you take the time to get to know her, because she is such an amazingly special human being who means and signifies so much.
Third grade, she moved up a grade. So
in third grade?
well, she moved from second grade to third grade.
Okay.
So she came into our class, and yeah, we've been friends ever since.
Wow.
I don't know. We used to call each other wife band, like, you know, like combination of wife and husband. Good Charlotte.
Good Charlotte.
Yep,
Nice.
I made her go.
Nice.
Good Charlotte was my favorite band, and Good Charlotte, Nest, and Something Corporate.
Okay.
Yeah, and she can take care of herself really well. But you know, in college she worked a lot, and she worked very hard on her school and like very hard at her job, like whatever it was, and she got herself through it like pretty much by herself.
Wow.
You know, but she's really strong.
Yeah.
I love her. Of course, like I would do anything for her, and she knows that. Like.
Yeah. Yeah, she speaks so highly of you. I mean, everything that, you know, I wish I had and some of my friends, you definitely have, you know, in her heart. They're like my brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my brothers would take that, you know, to that level. But yeah, you know, she's always said that you've been like a sister to her, and you guys have gone through thick and thin, and it's just been amazing to see, you know, how your guys' relationship has like created and molded like who she is. But
Did she ever tell you the story of when she thought he swallowed like aspirin or Tylenol?
yeah, she mentioned it, but yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, so it was late at night, so the only animal, like, or veterinarian open animal hospital was in like Oradell Animal Hospital, which is in Paramus.
He loves you.
There's still dog hair in my car, and I vacuumed it like twice, but there's still his hair.
Yeah.
So it was like pretty late at night. I forget exactly when, but we drove from Jersey City to Paramus with Misfit, and they like at first he like wouldn't go, you know, into the
Sprawled out.
yeah, just like flat. I love her. And when you called me to tell me about this, I was like sitting at breakfast with a couple of my coworkers, and you know, obviously I got like really excited, and they just all looked at me so strange because I was just like, yes. But yeah, I'm really excited, and she knows that like we joke about like, you know, wedding planning, like even before, you know. But yeah.
Now it's gonna become true.
Yeah, we can plan a wedding, and
yeah,
it's fun.
And as you know, you probably will be the maid of honor.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
only since we were like 10, so.
Yeah.
Anything, you'll become my best friend too.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can all be best friends.
Yeah. So it's something to look forward to, and I'm very excited to be a part of your life.
I remember her doing like homework, math homework, and it was something simple like, 2 + 2 = 4. And she was like, 6, and I kept whacking her on the head with like a pencil. Like, I was like, wrong, say it again. Wrong, say it. Retarded strength with
Banana.
with the banana. Her first experience trying to eat a banana on her own, where she just with one of these. There was her first giggles. That was really funny. Unfortunately, I don't have that on video. I just have pictures. She would be dressed in these like sort of like onesies, but like very loud, like tiger, stripes and stuff like that, and she was sitting on the couch, and then out of nowhere, she just started like giggling, and then I would say something, and then she would giggle more, and then there was snow in the backyard, and she had these like, you know, toys. One of them was like this big yellow spoon. So she goes inside, comes back with the yellow spoon, and she's trying to all the time, like, you know, about. She always shortchanged herself, and that's the part that drove me nuts. Like whether it was like with school, oh, I don't think I can get into law school, oh, I don't think I could get a job, you know, oh, I can't have friends, and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, you know, just stop shortchanging yourself. And then, you know, you see when she stopped, she met you, she, you know, is in law school, she's got a good job. So, but when, I was just telling the story yesterday, I had a meeting in the city, and I was telling the guy, I was like, she's like, you know, 2 majors, 2 minors,
Yeah.
and then she's like working at a hookah bar. I was like, what? So now I said, you know, now it's like the lights on, and she sent me a text a couple of weeks ago. She's like, I want to get together in May, like May 14th or something. And I was like, remind me to remind you to remind me to remind you to remind me. You know? And she says, she goes, it's in my Outlook. So that's, you know, the fact that she's like, you know, I don't have to worry about her. She's organized. She knows she has a good head on her shoulders. She has a good support system, and she doesn't take crap from nobody. So she knows how to, you know, she knows how to be sweet, but she also knows how to be tough and strong-willed. So I'm very proud of her, and I'm happy that she met someone who can appreciate that, and, you know, not take kindness for a weakness, because.
Thank you. Yeah, she's very tough. She's, you know, she's got thick skin, and, you know, I'm very fortunate to have someone like her, and, you know, to really be involved in her life, and, you know, she's an amazing person.
Well, she could be a bit to handle, but there's a trade-off. Like when you have someone who's strong like that, that's your partner in life, then you don't always have to have your game face on. Like if you trip up, you know someone is there to help. But at the same time, you're not gonna just be able to get what you want whenever you want it. Like, you know, so it's a balancing act. But, you know, she's good. She's very generous. She's giving. She's compassionate, smart. She's the total package. So,
Absolutely.
you know, I'm glad that you know, that you guys work things out, and I'm glad that, you know, you guys are building the future together, and I wish you guys nothing but the best.
Thank
Beats fast, colors and promises. How to be brave? How can I love when I'm afraid to fall? But watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I've died every day waiting for you, darling. Don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000
Say hello to the animals. The little baby animals that like to cuddle. They like to cuddle with mama, with daddy, and they just hang out. This little girl. Now they're best friends. And they both love mama. You guys miss her? She's making biscuits. She's just a tired little dog. But she loves her mama. some of the best love is love when we're doing nothing. We're able to just hang out, sit on the couch, relax, watching TV.